Why was Gandhi a great freedom fighter? This topic is particularly for my grandson Soham, who is in the United States of America. So, why was Gandhi a great freedom fighter? In the fight for freedom, Gandhi was for India what George Washington was for America. India and America both had a common enemy, England. So England ruled over America and England ruled over India. So England was a common enemy of both the countries. England is a small country, but her empire was so big, so large, that it was said the sun never sets in the British Empire. So it was a very great on the part of England, such a small country, an island ruling all over the world. America in the 18th century, under the leadership of George Washington, drove away the British rulers from America. So in the American War of Independence, George Washington was the leader and he drove away the Britishers from America. India in the 20th century, under the leadership of Gandhi, drove away the Britishers from India. So Gandhi was the main spearhead of the Indian fight for freedom. Now we come to page 2. Thank you, Vikas. We are turning the page. Good. Both Washington and Gandhi woke up and inspired the masses. So Gandhi's contribution as a leader was, he woke up the masses, and George Washington did the same thing. Both the leaders had mass support. So the leaders had mass support of the nation. Both the leaders were brave and honest. See, they are common factors. In spite of many similarities between Washington and Gandhi, there was one major difference between the two leaders. One major difference. Washington fought on horseback. He was a great warrior. He was so big. He had a big sword in his hand, guns and all that. Washington, you had weapons of war in his hand. Gandhi fought with no weapon at all in his hand. So Gandhi had no weapon at all. The stick that we see in his hand is his walking stick. In his old age, he used this in old age, not in his young days. He never used this stick as a weapon, and even this stick he never used as a weapon. Washington's military strategy was guerrilla warfare. So guerrilla warfare means hiding and attacking the enemies with weapons, guns and everything. Gandhi's strategy was very important, civil disobedience. So what is civil disobedience? Because we come to page number 3. What is civil disobedience? The meaning of civil disobedience is boycott schools and colleges. Gandhi said boycott everything that is British. Boycott schools, boycott colleges, quit government jobs of the British government. So quit all the jobs. So quit army, navy and air force of the British government. So many Indians were in the navy, army and in the British police department. So Gandhi said, you quit all this. So when they started doing it, the British government became paralyzed. There were lots of fighting also. The British could not rule vast India. The British could not rule the vast Indian subcontinent without Indian clerks. So to rule the nation, you need many clerks. So Indians were clerks. So Gandhi said to these Indian clerks, quit, don't work for the Britishers. Indian policemen and Indian soldiers. So the Britishers, if the Indian policemen and the soldiers, they left the British army and the British service, then the British government would be paralyzed. So this was civil disobedience. Another strategy of Gandhi was the use of homemade cloth. This was very important. So he started a charkha, the hand spinning wheel. With that they made thread, and then with hand loom they made clothes. Gandhi wore khadi. He wore hand. He didn't use foreign goods. Bonfire was made of clothes made in England. So all the clothes that was made in England, they had a bonfire, and people enjoyed this very much. This broke the financial backbone of England. So this broke the financial backbone because we didn't buy the foreign clothes from England, so there was no marketing. Gandhi's salt march gained, this is another important factor, the sympathy of America and Americans. Salt war. So the people made salt, and the Britishers used lathi. They beat the poor men and women. So this won the sympathy of the world. The Britishers used beating. The Britishers were beating unarmed men and women for violating the salt law. So Indians were unarmed, and the British Sipahis, policemen were beating these. So the world got sympathy. So the Gandhi gained sympathy from the world. Gandhi had to remain in jail for about 9 years See, he suffered a lot for India's freedom. So he was a great freedom fighter. All these things and more have made Gandhi a great freedom fighter. So I've given you some points. First point, Gandhi woke up the masses. Number one, he united the Hindus, Muslims, the high caste and the low caste. Two, the Indian handloom, that is charkha, defeated the mills of Lancashire in England. His policy of non-violence and truth won the heart of the world, especially the United States of America. That's all. Thank you.